Welcome to Max Estrinos. This year gave us an impressive lineup of TV shows that are truly worth revisiting. From political thrillers that keep you on the edge of your seat, to crime dramas that dive deep into the human psyche in ways you don't usually see. Today we're counting down the 10 best series of the year, produced for different streaming platforms, brand new shows, long-awaited seasons, and a few surprises nobody saw coming. But before we get started, it would really help the channel if you took a moment to leave a like and subscribe. Thanks a lot for your support. Number 10. Paradise. Xavier Collins is a Secret Service agent whose life completely changes when he discovers that the President of the United States has been assassinated. On the surface, the premise sounds like a classic political thriller. But this series is hiding something much darker underneath. The details don't quite add up, answers come a little too easily, and the more Xavier searches for clarity, the more the show suggests that absolutely nothing is what it seems. What really makes this series stand out is a twist at the end of the first episode that completely changes how you understand everything that came before it. Sterling K. Brown is excellent as Xavier, restrained and emotionally grounded in a way that makes the paranoia feel real. James Marsden also shines in a role that could have been simple, but he fills it with subtle layers. Now, the show isn't perfect. There are moments where the pacing feels a bit slow, and some of the dialogue can feel slightly forced. That said, if you enjoy well-structured mysteries and like putting the puzzle together as you watch, Paradise is a very safe bet. Number 9. Depth. Q. Detective Carl Merck returns to work after a traumatic incident that left his partner paralyzed and another officer dead. As a quiet punishment, he's sent to a basement office and put in charge of a brand new cold cases unit that no one takes seriously. But Carl can't help himself, and he starts digging into a disappearance that everyone else would rather keep buried. Matthew Goode is fantastic as Merck, irritable, exhausted, and darkly funny. The chemistry between the core trio is the secret weapon here. Alexej Manvilov as Akram brings a calm and observant presence that perfectly contrasts Carl's abrasive energy, while Leah Byrne as Rose adds heart to the team. This comes from Scott Frank, the creator of The Queen's Gambit, and you can feel that same confidence in the pacing and tone. Sure, some episodes move a bit slowly and a few subplots don't fully connect, but if you enjoy slow burn mysteries with haunted investigators, Dep Triple Q is an easy binge. Number 8. The Studio. Seth Rogen plays Matt Remick, a newly promoted studio head who genuinely wants to make great movies. The problem is that loving cinema doesn't mean you're good at surviving Hollywood. Very quickly, Matt realizes his job isn't about taste at all, but about juggling egos, money, creatives, and constant compromises, often all in the same meeting. The show works on two levels at once. It's a sincere love letter to movies and a sharp satire of everything that makes the industry a nightmare. The cast is stacked. Catherine O'Hara is lethal as a veteran executive who knows how to smile while destroying you. Catherine Hahn is gloriously chaotic and hilarious. There's even an episode shot in a single take that perfectly captures what this series is all about. Sometimes the humor can feel very industry specific, and a few jokes might fly over your head if you don't know the references. But if you love movies and smart comedies, this one feels tailor-made for you. Number 7. Slow Horses, Season 5. This show has quietly become one of the best spy series on television. It follows a group of MI5 agents who made mistakes so severe they were banished to Slough House, a bureaucratic graveyard where careers go to die. They're ignored, underfunded, and constantly underestimated, which is exactly what makes them dangerous. Gary Oldman's Jackson Lamb is one of the great TV characters of the last decade. He doesn't just play Lamb, he disappears into him. The physicality, the voice, the absolute contempt for everyone around him. He's hilarious and terrifying at the same time. The supporting cast is just as strong, with Jack Lowden, Kristen Scott Thomas, and Saskia Reeves adding layers to deeply flawed characters. Season 5 keeps that perfect balance between smart espionage and dry British humor. Some viewers might find the pace too slow, but if you like intelligent spy dramas with strong character work, Slow Horses is a gem. Number 6. Task. An FBI agent named Tom Brandis is put in charge of a special task force investigating a series of violent robberies targeting stash houses run by motorcycle gangs in the suburbs of Philadelphia. On the other side is Robbie, a garbage collector who doesn't look like a criminal at first glance, which is exactly what makes him so compelling. This comes from the creator of Mayor of Easttown, and you can feel that same obsession with lived-in detail. Mark Ruffalo plays Tom with a worn-down empathy, like a man trying to do the right thing while carrying his own damage. Tom Pelphrey is incredible here, because he makes Robbie feel unpredictable and devastatingly human at the same time. The show isn't interested in glamorous crime, it's about consequences. The themes are everywhere: guilt, masculinity, family, and the stories people tell themselves to justify the next step. The tone is bleak, tense, and painfully real. It's not flashy or stylized, just relentless in the best possible way. Number 5. Andor Season 2. I'll be honest, I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan. I've seen the movies, I've tried some of the Disney Plus series, but Andor exists on a completely different level. You don't need to care about Jedi or fan service to get hooked, because this is essentially a prestige political thriller that just happens to be set in the Star Wars universe. The story follows Cassian Andor as he's pulled deeper into the machinery of the rebellion, not the shiny heroic version, but the messy, morally complicated one where every victory comes at a cost. Season 2 expands that scope even further, using a 4-arc structure that keeps the momentum sharp. Diego Luna is excellent as Cassian, guarded, watchful, and slowly transforming. Genevieve O'Reilly continues to be incredible as Mon Mothma, making political survival feel just as tense as any action sequence. Stellan Skarsgård is magnetic, and Kyle Soller is fascinating in how uncomfortable he makes you feel. If you enjoy spy thrillers, political dramas, and storytelling that respects your intelligence, Andor is mandatory viewing. Number 4. Pluribus. When I heard that Vince Gilligan was making a new series, I already knew Pluribus would land somewhere on this list. After Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, he's earned a level of trust that almost no other creator has. Whatever he makes, I'm watching without hesitation. The premise is bold and fascinating. The series centers on Carol, a sharp and deeply cynical writer who discovers she's the only person in the world unaffected when a mysterious phenomenon begins spreading across humanity. This phenomenon, linked to an extraterrestrial presence, doesn't bring chaos or destruction. It does the opposite. It brings calm, emotional balance, and a growing sense of shared understanding. Carol, however, is immune, and instead of embracing this new order, she can't stop questioning it. What Gilligan does so brilliantly once again is restraint. Pluribus doesn't explain itself up front. It lets curiosity do the heavy lifting. Rhea Seehorn is absolutely stellar at the center of it all. Her cynicism, intelligence, and instinct to question everything make her the perfect lens into this world. Number 3. Severance Season 2. Severance is one of those rare shows that didn't just entertain me, it completely absorbed me. The premise is instantly iconic. A company called Lumon has created a procedure that splits your memories into 2 versions of yourself. Your innie, who only exists at work, and your outie, who never remembers what happens inside the office. You're watching people live 2 separate lives in the same body, with no continuity between them. Season 2 takes everything that made the show addictive and tightens the screws. It expands the world without losing that claustrophobic feeling, the sense that every hallway is a trap and every friendly smile is suspicious. Adam Scott remains the emotional anchor, quietly desperate, confused, and determined. Britt Lower is incredible, having to play so many layers of identity and doubt without breaking the reality of the show. Tremel Tillman really stands out this season, perfectly balancing that unsettling, friendly authority vibe where you never know if you should laugh or feel genuinely threatened. This series earns the number 3 spot because it does something very few shows manage to pull off. It makes you obsess over what's behind the curtain while simultaneously forcing you to question the power structures we accept in our own lives. Themes of identity, grief, autonomy, and corporate control never feel preachy. They're wrapped in a pristine, cold, surreal tone that's darkly funny and deeply unsettling. Number 2. The Pit. This show completely floored me. It's one of those series where the premise alone tells you how ambitious it is, and then the execution somehow lives up to it. The entire season takes place during a single emergency room shift, told across 15 episodes that equal 15 hours in real time. No time jumps, no breathing room. You clock in and you don't leave until the shift is over. The setting is a chaotic, underfunded emergency room in Pittsburgh, and the show throws you straight into it. Patients keep coming in, crises overlap, and decisions have to be made immediately, sometimes with incomplete information, sometimes with no good options at all. Noah Weil is phenomenal at the center of it, playing a veteran ER doctor who has clearly seen too much, but still shows up and still cares, even when it costs him. This series deserves the number 2 spot because it achieves something no other medical drama has done quite like this. It captures the organized chaos of emergency medicine better than almost anything I've seen on television. And because it unfolds in real time, you're not just watching the stress, you're sharing it. Medical professionals have praised how authentic the show feels, from triage decisions to the emotional toll it takes. Number 1. Adolescence. The first time I heard about Adolescence, I knew it had the potential to be something special for one very simple reason. Every episode is filmed in a single continuous take. No cuts, no safety net, just real-time tension and performances with nowhere to hide. That alone would have been impressive. But the thing is, this series isn't just a technical flex. It's gripping and emotionally devastating, and it uses that one-take format to make everything feel unavoidable. The premise is immediately terrifying in that way that makes you think this could happen to anyone. A 13-year-old boy named Jamie is arrested for the murder of a girl from his school. The series follows the fallout from multiple angles. The child at the center of it all, a family spiraling under the weight of the unthinkable, the police trying to piece together what happened, and the psychologist tasked with understanding what's going on inside a child who may have done something unimaginable. Adolescence earns the number 1 spot because it pulls off something very few shows can. It hooks you with the need for answers, but it's also deeply unsettling because it forces you to sit with questions that don't have clean resolutions. Stephen Graham is absolutely devastating as the father, raw, restrained, and painfully believable. But the real miracle here is 15-year-old Owen Cooper. What he does across these episodes, especially under the pressure of single-take filming, is genuinely astonishing. Episode 3 in particular is on another level. So tense, so intimate, and so perfectly acted that it feels like you're watching something you're not supposed to see. This year gave us shows that truly stay with you long after the credits roll, from thrillers that keep you guessing to dramas that make you question everything. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our upcoming videos. Let me know in the comments what your favorite series of the year was. I'd love to know if we agree or if you think I missed something important. See you in the next video, and remember, there's always one more episode to watch.
Harder.